Tenant Fee Ban, Book 6, Making Changes to Rental Agreements and Early Termination. A change to a rental agreement is any reasonable request to alter the original contract. This can be, but is not limited to, changing a clause to allow pets, changing a sharer or joint tenancy, permission to sublet or run a business from the property, or any other amendment which changes the original contract's obligations. Can a landlord charge for making these changes? In short, yes. Where a tenant requests a reasonable amendment to the original agreement, you can charge them the cost incurred of amending the tenancy. It's worth remembering the cost of the amendment is actually capped to a maximum of £50, and you must be able to break down and demonstrate how you calculated the cost incurred. Please note, you cannot charge for any changes to a tenancy agreement before it is signed, so before the tenant has actually entered into the agreement. Also, you cannot charge for each requested change if multiple amendments are requested. You can only charge the maximum of £50, not £50 per amendment. Early termination of the tenancy agreement. A landlord can require a tenant to pay in connection with early termination, but only if it is the tenant that has requested this. In general, the cost must not exceed the loss incurred, usually the loss of rent or re-advertising or referencing. Rent can be charged until a suitable replacement tenant is found. If a replacement is not found, then the tenant remains liable for the full rent to the end of the tenancy. But it's worth remembering you can't ask them to pay this as a lump sum. You are expected to have them pay literally month by month until a new tenant is found or the tenancy comes to its natural end. If this is the case, the tenant can ask you to break down all of your reasonable steps in regards to finding a new tenant. You can't purposely hinder a new tenant being found just to make sure the original leaving tenant is still liable for rent. So that's changes to tenancy and early termination covered, and that actually brings our tenant fee ban books to an end. Thank you for listening, and I hope they've been informative, and I'll catch